A movie review brought to you by theskykidcom. Young Hearts. Released in 2024.
Young Hearts, a Belgian film that has garnered significant attention since its release, tells the poignant story of two young boys, Elias and Alexander, whose lives intertwine when Alexander moves into the neighborhood. This beautifully crafted coming-of-age story delicately explores the often confusing terrain of first love. The film is filled with intimate close-up shots that create a deep sense of intimacy and connection between the characters, as well as natural lighting and soft, natural hues that add to its nostalgic and heartfelt tone. Often, the effective use of lighting in various scenes helps to highlight the dynamics between the characters. The film's choice of muted greens, browns, and blues adds to a nostalgic and contemplative tone, evoking themes of youth, freedom, and the fleeting nature of childhood friendships. All of that confirms that the filmmakers have ensured that the movie's visual style matches its emotional tone. The casting could not have been better. One can sense the natural chemistry between Alexander, Marius de Seger, and Elias, Lou Goossens, which helps their relationship and the story feel sincere and authentic. Marius de Seger as Alexander delivers a terrific performance. His facial expressions are often playful and slightly mischievous, effectively conveying his character's charming and somewhat enigmatic personality, irresistible even, if I may allow myself to describe him more subjectively. When introduced as a new student in Elias's class, he appears cautious yet hopeful. However, it is not only the facial expressions that one notes. The body language of the young leads and eye contact between their characters hint at a deep friendship, maybe even one filled with unspoken emotions. The subtlety of their body language makes dramatic gestures or dialogue unnecessary, as if their presence together is enough. This is best seen in a scene where they both meet while riding their bikes and returning from school. This scene also encapsulates the essence of coming-of-age storytelling, with the rural setting and bicycle ride symbolizing adventure, self-discovery, and the innocence of youth. This is one of the reasons why I enjoy seeing a bike riding scene in a coming-of-age film. The filmmakers then use selective focus to enhance the boys' expressions, making their emotions the focal point. This is predominantly the case when the camera focuses on Elias, as he is the one who goes through the trials and tribulations of first love. Falling in love is not a simple thing, especially at a young age. It's the confusion and the inner conflicts, all of which are present in the movie. In some character-driven moments, the filmmakers use cinematography to subtly express Elias's emotional journey. In the pool scene after the first kiss, we see Elias with furrowed brows, slightly pursed lips, and an intense gaze, suggesting that he is deep in thought, struggling to make sense of his emotions. Facial expressions come into play once again, and this time, Lou Goossens delivers an emotive performance. The story is predominantly told from Elias's perspective. He is a vulnerable character with confusing feelings and thoughts. In many scenes, Alexander is present, but also appears uncertain about how to approach Elias. Sometimes one notices an emotional distance between the two boys despite their physical proximity, symbolizing Elias's inner conflicts. Young Hearts is undoubtedly a coming-of-age film with first love as its central motif, but not all scenes are charged with emotions. Some scenes, like the bike ride or swimming in the river, capture the essence of friendship and the joy of shared adventures. So one is likely to find a relatable scene or feeling not necessarily related to love, to which, as portrayed in the film, some more conservative viewers may object. Who hasn't had a best friend? The music in the film is compelling. Sometimes it's part of the story, like when they play the dad song about first love, or when the boys watch a drag queen perform a song about love in a club. Other times, it's separate from the story, like the sad piano music that makes certain scenes feel more emotional. This mix of music in the story and outside it helps tie the whole movie together and emphasizes the theme of love in its various forms. It is not hard to identify with the characters. In some of the film's most emotional scenes, the filmmakers use over-the-shoulder framing, placing the viewer within the boy's perspective. That made me feel like I was right there with Elias and Alexander, which speaks volumes of the film's quality. Young Hearts shares many similarities with the 2022 Belgian film Close. Both movies explore the intense connections between young boys and the confusion that comes with those feelings. However, where Close takes a more ambiguous approach, Young Hearts is more straightforward about the romantic side. While the film's ending may feel somewhat idealized compared to the grounded realism of the preceding narrative, it ultimately offers a hopeful and poignant conclusion. Overall, Young Hearts is a must-see for anyone who has experienced the bittersweet pangs of first love. A film that beautifully captures the vulnerability, confusion, and, ultimately, the enduring power of young hearts.